Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ashur Copy Paste. If you're here for the first time, please make sure to subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to like and share our videos. Don't forget the comment section down below is out for you. You can always drop a link for sure. We'll get back to you. Brothers and sisters, today we are going to be listening to a very short lecture by Andrew March, and the title of today's lecture is Under Muslim Rules, Coexistence or Cohesion. I repeat, coexistence or cohesion. So without wasting much of your time, remember, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to like and share our videos. Don't forget the comment section down below is all for you. You can always drop a link for sure. We'll get back to you. Let's get it, let's go.
You may have heard the term dhimmitude as a catch-all explanation for any perceived Muslim supremacy and the expectation that non-Muslims must be submissive to Muslims. The word dhimma is indeed based on an actual Islamic legal and historical practice. But what is the truth about it, and what does it tell us about relations between Muslims and non-Muslims today? Islam emerged in 7th century Arabia. At that time, there were no states with equal citizenship on an individual basis. Rather, political authority was organized strictly on the basis of kinship or ties of blood. Outside of Arabia, Christian Byzantium did inherit the Roman concept of citizenship, but regarded religious faith as paramount. The Byzantines gave legal citizenship to Jews and granted them the freedom to practice their religion, but imposed certain restrictions. At various times, Jews paid a special tax known as the Fiscus Judaicus. Legal codes excluded Jews from certain government offices, the civil service, and military posts. The same was true later in Catholic Europe. Muslim political tradition begins with a covenant established by the Prophet with the peoples of Medina, who included Jews as well as Muslims. This covenant extends the, quote, security of God over all non-Muslims who lived within Medina and recognized the Prophet's authority. The word for security is dhimma. Moreover, the covenant declared that, quote, to the Jews their religion and to the Muslims their religion, establishing a precedent for communal religious freedom. But it was later Muslim jurists who formalized the standard contract between non-Muslim communities and Muslim authorities. According to this dhimma contract, in exchange for paying a basic poll tax called the jizya, according to most jurists only levied on adult, free, sane males, non-Muslims were granted protection of their persons, their property, and their honor. Granted, this did not amount to social or legal equality with Muslims. Dhimmis were forbidden to insult Islam, to seek to convert a Muslim to their religion, or to worship in ways that might offend the Muslim majority. Non-Muslim men were not free to marry Muslim women. Technically, non-Muslims were not allowed to build or rebuild new places of worship, but this was not always enforced throughout the centuries. There were often dress restrictions imposed on non-Muslims. For example, the wearing of a special kind of belt designed to distinguish them from Muslims in public. There were also restrictions on carrying weapons or riding horses in public, as these were honors reserved for Muslims. But non-Muslims were also exempt from certain Islamic rules, such as paying the obligatory zakat tax, and could follow their own religious rules amongst themselves. For example, Christians were allowed to consume and even sell wine or pork, as long as this did not involve Muslims. In some cases, non-Muslims were even appointed to positions of authority by Muslim rulers. In short, the traditional Islamic dhimma model allowed non-Muslims to live within their communities by and large free of persecution. Unlike in medieval Europe, there are very few examples of mass forced conversion, pogroms, or expulsions of non-Muslims under Muslim rule. Indeed, the Muslim world was a place of refuge for Jews expelled from Catholic Spain after 1492. In the 19th century, Muslim states began to replace the dhimma system with modern notions of citizenship. Most notably, the Ottoman Sultan formally abolished the dhimma status and the jizya tax, and introduced universal citizenship for everyone under Ottoman rule in a royal edict in 1856, 2 years before Jews were granted equal citizenship in the United Kingdom. No modern Muslim nation-state today formally applies the traditional dhimma system. In many modern states with non-Muslim minorities, there are some legal distinctions, particularly in the areas of family law or the right to serve as head of state. In theocracies like the Islamic Republic of Iran, religious toleration is restricted to designated traditional religious groups and not extended to more recent religions like Baha'ism, which are persecuted. But at the level of religious doctrine, many Islamic scholars treat the dhimma model as obsolete. In 2016, more than 250 Muslim religious leaders, heads of state, and scholars issued a declaration in the city of Marrakesh, Morocco, declaring that the Prophet's original Charter of Medina, quote, contained a number of the principles of constitutional contractual citizenship. These leaders also called upon, quote, Muslim scholars and intellectuals around the world to develop a jurisprudence of the concept of citizenship which is inclusive of diverse groups. No political system has yet succeeded in creating relationships of universal political equality and solidarity. Even nation-states with universal citizenship create rigid hierarchies between citizens and non-citizens that can result in brutal forms of exclusion, violence, and economic injustice. In the Islamic tradition, the distinction is not territorial or ethnic, but confessional. However, as a non-Muslim who has studied Islamic law and politics for over 20 years, it is clear to me that vastly more Muslims today are interested in religious justifications for new forms of political solidarity and equality than in restoring hierarchies based on religion. So the next time someone uses the term dhimmatude to claim that Muslims wish for political domination because of this legacy from the past, be skeptical. Religious beliefs and social practices change over time, and Islam is no exception to this. I'm Andrew March for the Amir Stein Center.
Okay guys, this is all I have for you today on If You Don't Know Now You Know. Remember, if you are new here, please make sure to subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to share and like our video. Don't forget the comment section down below. It's all for you. You can always drop a link, for sure we'll get back to you. Stay safe.